Hi, hello, friends. How are you? It's our last day in paradise and back to the absolutely dreadful Portland, Oregon today. Anyway, here's your last view, okay, of the gorgeousness of my mother in law and stepfather in law's house. So, there's a conversation coming, y'all, that could completely change the way that you see your current connection, whether you're together or not, okay? And whatever you find out, do not immediately react. Okay. With Mercury opposing Pluto today, we also have Mars entering Cancer for like the next 6 weeks. So, information that was hidden, that was avoided, misunderstood, or simply just not available before could suddenly surface. Okay. So, somebody may finally tell the truth. You may be seeing through someone's behavior, or you could be receiving information that makes you realize you've been looking at this entire situation from the wrong angle. All right. The cards are screaming the same message today. You're showing up as someone who is getting their power back. Okay. So that's strength. We have strength. We have the Empress, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. The energy here, translation, you're not chasing anybody for answers anymore. I'm so proud of you. You know what you bring to the table because you are the table. Remember those? Remember that? Remember when I used to say that all the time? You're becoming much more selective about who gets access to you, and you're willing to make decisions based on facts rather than potential. Because the overall energy is the King of Swords and Justice. There is a truth coming out. A decision could be made. A conversation could finally become very direct. For some of you, somebody may actually be forced to explain themselves. So, like, your ex comes back and you actually hold them to account, right? They're going to be expected to clarify their intentions or address something they've been avoiding. But here's the important part: you don't need to decide anything immediately, right? Let them talk. Let the information come in. Let somebody show you exactly who they are, okay? Because your advice is the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. So there is an opportunity here for something very real, all right? For you to have a win, something that actually moves forward. Hang on, I got to itch my nose. Sorry. Humidity. Something that makes you feel chosen instead of confused. What a wild concept, right? And what you don't see coming is pretty intense, okay? Because we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Page of Cups, we have Temperance, we have the Sun, and the Ace of Cups. Baby, that's attraction, a message, or some sort of like emotional offer that is healing, that is clarity, happiness, and a brand new emotional beginning, okay? 3 aces are sitting in this reading. That is almost an entirely brand new life. Something is changing. For some of you, this conversation may actually clear the air and create a new beginning with the person you're already dealing with. For others of you, the truth you discover could be exactly what finally frees you to accept something much better than before. Either way, today is not about making your move, okay? It's about getting the information. It's about sitting back and receiving like the Empress that you are. Because once you know the whole story, you're holding all the cards, okay? All right. In the extended, the extended is basically going to write itself, but I'm going to pull on what exactly is being revealed, who is initiating this conversation, what they're going to say. There goes my nose, psychic things on what they're going to say. Okay. Oh, and whether those aces represent a restart or a new person, and what happens after the truth comes out. Because we have that hidden Ace of Wands, Page of Cups, Temperance, Sun, Ace of Cups sequence. And it's way too juicy to leave sitting there unattended. So no matter where you're watching from, you can join us in the extended. You can subscribe. It's usually some sort of like an upgraded membership thing. Anyway, no matter where you're watching from, you can join us, and I will see you very soon. Have fun out there. Also, the eclipse is tomorrow. Be careful.